everybody, welcome to Learn with Steph. This is one of the videos as part of our Lessons in Law series. The focus is on OCR A Level Law, but it will be useful to anybody studying law. If you like the videos, please do subscribe and press the like button at the bottom. Hello. So we've now moved from assault to battery into our lessons. So this is another offence that comes under common law assault. As you know, there's assault or there's battery. Common law, so it's laid down in common law, but charged under Section 39 of the Criminal Justice Act 1988. And just like assault, it's a summary offence, so therefore it will be tried in the magistrate's court, and the maximum sentence is 6 months. So battery is to intentionally or recklessly apply unlawful force. So it's a bit different from assault, because assault, there is no physical touching, there would be no injury or anything. But battery, force is not just threatened, but it's applied. There might not be a major injury, but there will be application of force, so it's physical. So for instance, a small graze might be a battery, a bruise, minor bruise, a reddening of the skin, perhaps from a slap, a superficial cut, a black eye, or perhaps you've caused a small swelling. All of these are examples of batteries, but there are many more. So it's a summary offence, so it's going to be quite minor. So it's just minor physical injury. Let's have a look at the actus reus of battery. So battery is application of unlawful force, and that force can be direct or indirect. Let's look at application of. So contact has to be made, and that's what's different between a battery and an assault here. Unlawful force, so this is physical force, and the word force has a really wide interpretation. And Collins v. Wilcock, which was about a police officer who basically restrained a woman he wanted to question a little bit. It was decided that he was guilty. The force needs to be more physical contact than necessary. So more than everyday contact. Thomas held that touching clothes would constitute force, and that would be enough for battery. Thomas is a nice example of an obicta statement as well from the Court of Appeal. There could be no dispute that if you touch a person's clothes while he's wearing them, that is equivalent to touching him. Of course, the force must be unlawful. Now, what might make lawful force would be perhaps if it's done in self-defense or with consent, or possibly even reasonable punishment of a child in England. Force can be direct or indirect. And I suppose indirect has a strange meaning here. So it could be indirect because it happened when the defendant isn't even there, but the defendant caused it. So if the defendant perhaps set up some sort of booby trap, and this is what happened in DPP versus K. Here, a 15-year-old boy took some acid from a science experiment in the school and put it in a hand dryer, ready to collect later. And when the next person came along and turned the hand dryer on, and the nozzle was pointing upwards, it sprayed in their face and obviously caused some horrific injuries. So DPP versus K is a really good example of indirect force where the defendant isn't even there. But force could also be indirect because the defendant has used some sort of implement, perhaps. Force can also be force can also be an omission, and we come back to our coincidence case of Fagan, who drove onto the police officer's foot. So application of force can be direct or indirect and can be through an omission. The mens rea of battery is direct intent or subjective recklessness to apply unlawful force onto the victim. So that's the law of battery. We've now covered common law assault and battery, and you should now know the actus reus and the mens rea of both of them, along with the legal authority. This video is going to be looking at how to apply battery to a scenario question. If you like the video, please press like, feel free to leave a comment, and please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you for listening. That brings us to the end of this lesson in law. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like it and subscribe to find more videos. Bye.